Hey everybody, it's Sam Jacobs. Welcome to Friday Fundamentals. You're listening to the Sales Hacker Podcast. Today, we've got back on the show this week's guest, Nicole Wojno Smith, who's the VP of Marketing at this incredible and really cool new company called Tackle, which is all about helping software companies access large enterprises using cloud marketplaces like AWS, Azure, and GCP, Google Cloud Platform. So she is going to talk to us today about the 4 steps that you need to take to build a fantastic world-class marketing organization. Now, before we do that, we want to thank our sponsor. Friday Fundamentals is brought to you by Outreach. Outreach triples the productivity of sales teams and empowers them to drive predictable and measurable revenue growth. By prioritizing the right activities and scaling customer engagement with intelligent automation, Outreach makes customer-facing teams more effective and improves visibility into what really drives results. Now, Nicole, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Sam. It's great to be back.
We're excited to have you back. So here's the question we want to pose to you. We're a young company. We don't have a marketing team at all. We want to build a fantastic marketing organization. And you've got a 4-step framework for how to think about doing that. So what are the 4 steps that you need to take to build a fantastic world-class marketing team?
Sure. The first thing I would do is, when your marketing person comes in, is make sure they can prove it works and that they can do the job. So whether getting those quick wins while you're really getting your sense of the company and your feet under you and understanding, maybe it's, there's been a lot of new product releases. Can you get those out to market and put those out through a press release, a blog, a video, or a webinar or something like that? But doing those, again, quick little wins to show them you're making traction and that you understand their business. Then I think it's all about building the process as a second step. So understanding, where the gaps are between marketing and sales, marketing and customer success, or even marketing and the CFO of revenue recognition and the process for the conversions. And then building some process around that, whether it's, hey, we need to change the lead source or how we're looking at the funnel to better align marketing and sales to our buyer's journey, and are getting some systems set up around that process. And third, I look at the people. Who are you going to need on your boat? I like to hire people that aren't the same as me, that have different skill sets and hopefully are smarter than me and know more about a functional area than I do as well. But my first move isn't usually hiring when I go, and I want to take these other steps first. And finally, then I look at the technology. What are the things I'm going to need to, optimize it and scale our marketing tech stack over the years? But technology is never my number one focus when I'm coming into an organization. It's probably, 6 months almost down the road when I've gotten everything, the process, the people, and the system and strategies in place.
That's fantastic. Now, I got one follow-up question. You said you like to hire people smarter than you in functional areas. I've always worried when I was running a team that was, and I of course, I want to hire people smarter than me too. I was always sort of self-conscious that I was worried that they couldn't learn enough from me. If, like when I ran marketing at Livestream, I was worried that great marketers wouldn't want to come and work for me because I had never run marketing before. I'd only run sales. What do you do to convince people that are more talented than you in certain functional areas that you are the right manager and steward of their career for them?
I think that's where I really focus on, here's my leadership style, and here's what I want you to take and learn from me over the years, and understanding too what their goals are, whether it's, they want to be able to flex between marketing and sales, or they want to get better at content or something like that. But what are their goals and how can I help teach them that? I think that's good to set up from the beginning. And then really hoping that the way I manage people and all that really works for them.
Awesome. So recapping the 4 steps, the first you got to get in there and you've got to do some of the things that they need and you can do it, and you got to deliver some quick wins. The second is focus on process. Where are the gaps in the organization? How do you start documenting and streamlining, particularly the cross-functional communication? Third is people. Who are the people that you need on the team to hire, and start thinking about what are the right roles that you need, but that comes after showing that you can do it and building process. And the last thing, which I think it's an important point because I think it might be the first thing in some people's minds is, okay, then maybe after we've done that for 6 months, then we look and figure out, do we need a new marketing automation platform? Do we need this account-based orchestration platform or something like that? Whereas I think sometimes people go in, the first thing they think is, oh, I got to buy Marketo or HubSpot or Eloqua. Yeah. But you're saying that should be the last thing that you do after you've done those first 3 steps.
I think so, yes. Because I think if you don't have the right process built out and understanding of the strategy of the organization and goals, then you shouldn't be purchasing, an account-based marketing tool on day 10 of your job, or telling everyone they need to switch to CRM or the marketing automation platform. Use what you have for a little bit and then make those calls.
Makes sense. Nicole, if folks are listening and they want to reach out to you, remind us the best way to get in touch.
Yes, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. It's Nicole Wojno, Wojno Smith.
Awesome. Nicole, thanks so much for being on the show on the Sales Hacker podcast this week. Thanks again for starting the Atlanta Revenue Collective. And I'm sure I'll see you very soon.
Yes, we will. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Nicole. Talk to you soon. Bye.